Real Wake, driven by MasterCraft, is a World of X Games competition based on the art of creating wakeboarding video segments. Wakeboarding is traditionally done behind boats, but has progressed to include winching over natural terrain and hitting the ramps and rails at cable parks. For Real Wake 2018, the athletes were charged with using all methods of riding to express their style and interpretation of the entire sport. The 6 riders and their filmers must create the best 90-second video segment possible. Those segments will be judged by a panel of respected riders and industry legends: Tom Fouché, Rob Coram, and Garrett Cortez. These judges will analyze the entire video, considering the quality of every aspect of the segment. They've had 12 weeks to film and edit their videos. We will go behind the scenes of each video shoot and show you what went into each of the segments before the winners are revealed. The riders in this contest are Tyler Hyam, Dylan Miller, Gunther Oka, Daniel Grant, Steele Lafferty, and 2017 Real Wake gold medalist Felix Georgi. These are their videos, and this is World of X Games Real Wake. We kick off the athletes segment for Real Wake 2018 with Tyler Hyam.
Tyler Hyam, fresh face this year for Real Wake. Tyler's known for having an insane style behind the boat. I'm really looking forward to seeing what surprises he can bring.
My eyes will be focused on Tyler using the handle to his advantage, not as a crutch, to be able to grab longer.
He's developing a really unique style. What I don't know and where he's the wild card for me is with winching. We haven't seen Tyler winch a ton, and I'm really curious how he's going to approach that and what he's going to incorporate into his section.
My name is Tyler Hyam. I'm from Bend, Oregon, and I'm a professional wakeboarder. What we're creating is showing that how well winch and boat go together and that you can really intertwine both of those really well. And I really feel like that was what we were going for.
The landing's hard. Pretty stomping.
I really am not trying to show the world anything. I'm just trying to wakeboard, and I guess if I'm showing somebody something, it's just showing that it's fun and that it can be done anywhere you want it to be done.
Thank God for the note.
Our boy, killing the game, killing the game.
Thank you.
I'm Trevor Maurer. I was born in Fresno, California, living in Woodland, California now. I'm a professional videographer and wakeboarder myself.
First winch day, first winch mish, going to Oregon.
So with our section, we just really wanted to make each individual trick and each individual place special. So, instead of it just being a section of trick, 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 it was more of location-based, then the trick, and it was a way to make the location and the whole section just feel special and have its own little piece of magic to it.
The way he films is the best, I think, and that's why I chose him, He really shows all aspects of wakeboarding really well and how well they go together, and getting all these different shots and making the scenery look insane. The way he sees through a lens is unreal.
We're out here in the Port of Stockton because yesterday didn't commit on one double mow, but pretty upset about it. But this backdrop is too good not to come back. We're gonna try to get it today. Hopefully I commit.
So originally I planned on just doing mainly boat with a little bit of winch, but it ended up being pretty 50-50. I was hitting winch for the first time. It was crazy, it opened up a whole new world for me. But once we started to kind of look at my section and see how well it was going with a lot of winch heavy and boat, it would kind of just float, and that's kind of why I stuck with it.
We road tripped for 2 months straight. We edited the piece on the road at campsites. We went and stayed at random places off the side of the road. It was 2 months of straight van life, and you can only imagine the type of stories you get out of that, I don't know if there's one specific thing I'll ever remember, but more so just the whole journey together with the boys, Had a great crew and tons of laughs. It was tight.
Yeah, Ty! What's up? What's up?
Thanks, boy. Did you hear my tail?
Yeah!
We should slow-mo that.
I just wanted to be super different with the way I went about everything. I wanted to have a different trick list of tricks that I had never done before, and then I stepped outside my comfort zone by going winching. It was insane. I hit way more spots than I thought I was going to, had a bunch of fun with it. It went pretty well. And then as soon as we started getting into all the boat stuff, everything started happening. I had a trick list that was pretty far reach, but I think I accomplished most of what I wanted to, and I'm super happy with how everything's going, and it's going sweet. Can't wait to see how it goes.
And now, Tyler Hyam's 2018 Real Wake segment. Tyler Hyam, Real Wake 2018.
Wow, the sleeper of the entire event, Tyler Hyam bringing a banger of a video part.
Obviously, the trick that stood out in Tyler's part was that switch mute double mode. But in my opinion, I really dug the stalefish zero spin off the double up. It was huge and just bolts.
He was the wild card for me that watching his section, I probably said wow the most times out loud watching his section. There were just a lot of things that I was just like, wow, wow.
Man, some of the tricks you did and some of the way, really the way he captured it was like insane. That osmosis heel front seven you did, and then how he goes to the shot from like right underneath where you see the handle actually dangling in the air, and then your hand go out there and grab it.
We kind of had like my trick list, and so Trevor had a way he wanted to film each trick specifically, so it took a little bit longer to get each trick.
You killed it, man. You had some great boat hits, some sick rail hits,
Much
man.
appreciated.
Youngest rider in Real Wake, Tyler Hyam, ladies and gentlemen.
Next up for Real Wake 2018, Dylan Miller.
Canada's Dylan Miller is new this year to Real Wake. Dylan is known for having some of the most unique style there is in wake.
He came onto the scene as this sort of Canadian junior men's contest kid, was known for a lot of boat riding, and he has evolved into one of the more creative park winch type guys who still kills it behind the boat.
Simply well-rounded riding is exactly what I expect to see from Dylan Miller.
My name is Dylan Miller. I was born in Estevan, Saskatchewan, Canada, and I currently spend half my year in Florida and half my year back in Canada. The focus of our shoot, I guess, is just to capture like all aspects of wakeboarding. I've been wakeboarding for almost 20 years, so I started off as a boat rider before cable really got popular and winching. And as the sport progressed, I tried to progress with it and just do everything. I really hope like my riding shows what wakeboarding is to everybody.
Yeah, I think I got more on my front binding that time, so I'm really stoked. Thanks, dude.
My name's Trevor Bashir. I was born in Plantation, Florida. Right now I live in Claremont, Florida, and I'm a videographer. I've known Dylan for 8-9 years or something like that, and we've lived together for a while now and always got along really well. I'm just stoked that he asked me to do it. The focus of this shoot was just to show what Dylan can do on a wakeboard. It's pretty unique, and he's got his own style.
Trevor and I both going into this definitely had the same thought on trying to do more urban stuff, but I definitely want to have a lot of boat riding in there too and showcase that part of my riding as well. Right now I'm in Claremont, Florida. We chose this location to do the majority of the filming just because of the weather down here in Florida. It's just a really good place to wakeboard. There's a lot of water in the Orlando area. Hello. We went on one other trip. We went up to Rockford, Illinois, and we drove all the way back down from Illinois to Florida and stopped along the way and found some different urban stuff. A friend of ours showed us this winch spot. We were referring to it as the bird cage. This metal bar that was sticking out, I wasn't quite getting high enough, and my heels just kept on clipping this bar. It like sent me into a backflip, I think like 3 or 4 times. And then finally, we got a clip. Pretty sure that some old guy was gonna come out of his house and start screaming at us.
There's been a lot of kickouts on this project. Gotten kicked out of probably 4 or 5 spots. It's always a bummer when you get everything set up and then you have to stop.
Oh, I really wanted this one to work.
Kicked out again.
One of the biggest battles I had while filming this was trying to land a one-footed half cab roll. Going into that trick, I didn't really know how to do it, and I don't know, Trev's got like a count on how many times I tried. I think it was around 150 times. So I was pretty over trying that trick by the end of that one, but I'm stoked that it worked out.
Now, Dylan Miller's 2018 Real Wake segment. Dylan Miller, Real Wake 2018.
Dylan's section laid down nothing but bangers. Him and his filmer Trevor Bashir crushed it. Really loved the shopping cart line to concrete ledge filmed in a ditch.
The standout for me was the closer, one-footed half cab roll. To throw something like that behind the boat is pretty gnarly.
You're always filming, you're always winching, you're always searching for some winch spots. So I'm sure when this opportunity came up, you already had a lot of spots logged that you kind of wanted to go get.
It's like just kind of what I do with wakeboarding. I don't really do contests very much, so I just try and film and be in the magazine as much as possible. So just on the lookout for winch spots and try to have an open mind for new stuff to do behind the boat because I try and ride like every aspect of wakeboarding. So
what about that pillar that you did? I've never seen any just random pillars of concrete. And it looked like you just ollied like 30 or 40 feet and disastered this thing.
That one was just outside of Chicago. Yeah, it's just kind of this weird like stadium seating thing on the side of this river. Looks like it was meant to be. So like I think as long as we get this winch going fast enough, like I think it'll work. So
real diverse, man. It was really fun to watch.
Appreciate it.
Dylan
Thank
Miller.
You.
Next up for Real Wake 2018, Gunther Oka.
Gunther is the kid out of Ohio that I think has pretty much blown the industry away the last couple years and has become quickly one of the best all-around wakeboarders in the sport.
Every time Gunther gets on the water, I'm excited to see what's in store for us. Look out for switch techie stuff, followed by huge wake riding.
Gunther Oka is known for being a very all-terrain rider. He can master any kind of pole, whether it's a cable, a winch, or boat, so I cannot wait to see what he throws down and where he does it.
My name's Gunther Oka. I currently live down in Orlando, Florida, and I'm a full-time wakeboarder. Going into the trick selection and everything that we chose to film, I wanted to really focus on winching because I think that that's, kind of the most progressive and the most untouched waters in wakeboarding, and I really wanted to make it as technical as possible as well because that's also an area that hasn't really been scratched yet.
That was really scary.
And then on the boat, smashing double ups and just going wake to wake, kind of boat stuff.
Perfect. We'll go talk to him now. My name's Taylor Hanley. I'm from Victoria, BC, Canada, and I'm a cinematographer. We got back 10 all the way through, then we'll grab the takeoff right now and we should be set. As a filmmaker, I find I focus a lot on the composition aspect of things. Coming into this project, we were going for a fairly heavy winch part, so I would focus on the spot. So I would look at the certain aspects of what we were trying to show per spot and the technical aspect of it, and then try to make it most visually appealing for the whole audience.
Oh, just get out of town. That was awesome. The reason we decided to shoot winch for the majority of it was just because, in my mind, you rock up to a spot, right, that nobody's ever hit before. Anything that you do from that point on is considered, like a world's first, if you will. So to really try to push the boundaries of wakeboarding, we wanted to try to keep it all as fresh as possible and keep it really unique at the same time.
My name's Taylor Hanley, the producer and head director of Formats Film. This right here is the old big rig that we use to capture all these amazing wakeboard shots. And yeah, we got this nice monitor right here, your lens thingy-majigger right here, microphone, check, 1, 2.
Everyone thinks, oh, Florida's sunny all the time. It's always nice there. We definitely encountered the opposite. We had so much rain, so much just cloudy days, and even windy days as well that we couldn't really do anything about it. We just had to kind of put our heads down and just keep chugging away at what our main goal was.
We had a lot of rain delays, a lot of cloudy days. So although we didn't have the sunny desired look that we were going for, trying to achieve, we made the most of it and we were able to shoot with whatever we had.
Some prototype to keep out of the rain while filming at the shoulder rig.
I'm getting a little claustrophobic. Careful.
We had scoped out this spot. We were really stoked on it. It seemed like it was going to work out perfectly. And as Taylor and I are walking out the spot, this car comes rolling off the highway, flips over a couple times and just lands on its side, and we all were just jaw dropped. Never seen anything like that happen. The police showed up, ambulances, fire trucks. The lady was okay, thankfully, but our spot pretty much just ended up being a bust.
It's nice because when it's in full speed like this, if it still looks long in full speed, then that's when you know.
Every single trick selection he had, we found a spot for it, and we were able to achieve that. So I think coming out of it, me and him were both really satisfied. Me being satisfied on the videography end of what we were trying to achieve shot-wise and composition-wise, and Gunther was super stoked on what he was able to get on his board.
One of the things that, in my mind, is so special about this part is the amount of technical tricks that there are in this that have yet to be done on a winch, and especially on the features as well. So my whole goal was to just really try to raise the bar as high as possible on what's possible to be done on a winch and leave it there and see who else can chase it.
Now, Gunther Oka's 2018 Real Wake segment. Gunther Oka, Real Wake 2018.
Gunther Oka's part, mind-blowing. Everything about it was unreal, especially his heel side nose grab, wrap back 10 off the double up. Massive.
My favorite spot in Gunther's section was the M-gap. This spot's a legendary wake skate spot, and it was just really cool and diverse to see someone use it in a different way than it's never been used before.
That's Gunther in a nutshell. That's basically what he does. He goes out and does everything and makes it look really good, and it's incredible.
You are gnarly, man. That closeout curved rail that you like leaned around was ridiculous. I saw that rail as you got onto it. I go, there's no way he's gonna ride this whole curve around, man. And you seriously got to the inside and pushed it as far as you can possibly push it on that one.
That rail was actually like this crazy PVC pipe material that was holding it in. So every time I like went past the support, I was like, the rail was flexing on it and I was like dipping into it.
Man, that is so
But
gnarly.
we got a clip on it before that happened. And
Stack
like, it was kind of one where it was like, maybe we could get it a little bit better. And then the rail busted and it was like, okay, I think it's time to get out of
Done
here.
after that one, huh?
Yeah.
Next up for Real Wake 2018, Daniel Grant.
Daniel Grant is originally the Grom from Thailand that can wakeboard and wake skate like nobody's business.
He's gonna go big and make it look amazing every single spot that he hits.
Definitely a kid that's known for doing things way different than everybody else in wake.
I imagine he's probably gone around the world to find some spots. And I mean, that's who Daniel is. He's this world-traveling wakeboard kid that will just put his body on the line and go find cool spots and shred them.
My name's Daniel Grant. I was born in England. I live in Bangkok, Thailand, and I wakeboard and wake skate. The main focus for my part was more urban, even though the cable park aspect is more me. It's a lot more work and dedication just to go out winching to places that you've never really been to, and even if you do waste up to 2-3 days just to get a 10-second clip, in the end, it's all very worth it. It's just a tedious little challenge. Physics says I'm gonna make it. Jumping over that gate was the test for my kicker. If I wasn't making it over, I was going straight into the thing. But that spot had 3 potential hits in it, and when something like this gets thrown at me, it's more of a mental challenge and more of a mental push just to be like, okay, this is ice games, you might as well push yourself to do stuff you don't really do. Took my board out, day 1, and then the last hit there, just riding through the rocks, really tore up my board.
My name is Brandon Thomas. I'm from Orlando, Florida. And for Dan's shoot, I just want to let Dan be Dan and let him ride when he wants to, but also push him as hard as he can and make sure the camera's there with a bunch of different angles, you know, and capture the moment and the craziness of all these winch spots.
This ledge right here is pretty rough, so we're putting some wood on it to make it a little bit smoother to get him where he needs to go. And it worked out pretty well. Dan's idea.
When it comes to what we're shooting, we're definitely focusing more on that urban style because, first of all, it's just something different to look at. And you never know what challenge you're gonna have and what angle you're gonna get. So it's a cool surprise, I think, for the rider and the filmer.
Having BT around me and help has definitely been a lot of motivation and pushing and kind of helped me get everything kind of going.
When I was coming off the, just off the side of it, I was like, oh no, here we go. I'm just gonna come to a full stop and just start flipping. Winch driver pulled it out, just grabbed the guy from the cable, local operator, so yeah, helping hands.
We had struggles from the start. It was either raining to my friend gets bit by a pig and gets on a paddleboard into that clong water, that's high river water, and it gets crazy infected. And yeah, it was pretty insane for the first couple of days of filming, and then it only got more intense from there.
So when it comes to selecting the locations, I thought it would be cool. And we have the Netherlands. Coming to another country like the Netherlands is just all Dan. He's been around the world and he knows where the water's at.
There's so much water and different canals to go through. There's so much opportunities and different things to hit.
Spicy. You get to that point in the sport where you're beating yourself up the whole time.
And it's just like, do I go home with the shame, or you just go for the glory? And yeah, no guts, no glory, you just go for it. The magic in the end of it is just the finished product and how we did, rather than trying to create some fancy little gimmick of what we want. And we're just making it as raw as we want it, and this is it, we are raw.
Now, Daniel Grant's 2018 Real Wake segment. Daniel Grant, Real Wake 2018.
Daniel Grant's part, the risk was worth the reward. The hairiest of all the winch spots. Loved that kicker to 50-50 elbow handrail, and then bam, that kicker to 50-50 ledge, dropping into the metal roof and somehow greased it into those rocks. Insane.
Daniel just sort of throws it all on the line and says, what the hell, I'm going for it, and makes it look probably way too easy. Got away with some crashes that I don't think a lot of people would have gotten away with.
Did you suffer any injuries during this? You probably took a licking.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I thought I was a cat with 9 lives. I got away with a lot of stuff.
Fill us in on like the gnarliest crash that you had filming your section. There's got to be some.
Well, the Ender one was definitely one of the gnarliest ones, where if you like pause it and look at it, it looks like I should have like broke my leg and folded and been all sorts of broken. Well, at least I had my vest and helmet on.
You let your guard down for 1 second, it'll come up and kick you in the butt, huh?
Next up for Real Wake 2018, Steele Lafferty.
Steele Lafferty, notorious for the full send off the double up and off the wake in general. Had an insane year last year winning the Alliance Roddy, and this year, really looking forward to seeing what he does at Real Wake.
I'm a big fan of big air, and that's Steele's bread and butter, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do off the double up, really charge it. I'm expecting some big things, big tricks, especially given what he did last year. I really think that Steele's gonna surprise us.
I'm Steele Lafferty, I'm 26 years old. I live in Orlando, Florida, grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I wakeboard professionally. The focus of our shoot is kind of just to show you what it takes to do something that's never been done before. It's not easy, it's not just, you know, something you go out and you just do. It takes a lot, and it takes a lot of people, and I guess what I'm trying to, you know, portray in this shoot is like what it takes to make something like this happen. You know, all the emotions you go through, everything, and like the physical, emotional, like everything that goes into making something like this happen that, you know, a lot of people don't think is possible.
Day 8. Try it. It's exhausting for the talent. So, here we go. This could be the one. Just keep it rolling. This could be the one.
My name is Aaron Rathie. I was born in Canada. I live in Florida currently. I'm a professional wakeboarder, and I'm also filming Steele's Real Wake this year. We kind of just decided to pretty much just narrow in on one big trick and one big moment, something that we thought would progress wakeboarding and just kind of take a different route. This is the 4th time we've done Real Wake, and no one's ever done anything like this, so we kind of just had that idea. Steele really wanted to do it, and I got behind him to support it.
I feel like people already know my riding. They know that I stopped riding contests a few years ago to focus on progression and doing the tricks that I want to do. And for me, you know, that is hitting double ups and going as big as you can behind the boat and doing tricks that haven't been done before, or making tricks new, or making something look better and holding and grab longer. And that's no different for this shoot.
We're just taking a little bit of a different approach. This is like the most untraditional way to do a wakeboard part and build it. So we're doing that, and it's gonna be more of like a struggle piece, and it's cool. It gave me like some freedom to shoot the way I wanted to shoot and not just be focused on like big trick, big trick, big trick, and kind of just shoot fillers, shoot the struggle a little bit and try to tell a story.
The deadline's coming up. There's been months of grind that you guys have put in. So this honestly has to happen, but if you're knowing right now it's not gonna happen, then pop your board off and whatever. Go back to the house and sleep for a bit, and hopefully it's still good in a couple hours.
Yeah.
And if it's not, it's not. That was just the way it worked out.
I hurt my ankle before this, and I hurt it pretty bad. I strained the posterior tibial tendon that holds up your arch. It's just painful, and I took off those 10 weeks and tried to rehab it and make it work, and I didn't ride that whole time, and then I came into this shoot not riding once, just hitting the biggest doubles I've ever hit, trying this one trick. And just riding after something like that is hard to do, nonetheless doing what I'm trying to do right now.
I just keep thinking that, you know, because this is kind of a crazy strategy to take, you know, base yourself on one trick, and like the chances of getting hurt in this one trick are so high.
What we're going through is crazy. Focusing everything I got into this one trick that I've never landed before, it's never been done behind the boat before. Like, it's stupid, like it's a dumb, crazy idea, but if it happens, it's gonna be unbelievable, you know? Like, at the end of this, I could have no part if I don't land it. But if I do land it, it's gonna blow minds, and it's gonna be insane. It's gonna push and progress the sport of wakeboarding beyond what I could even, like, you know, believe when I started wakeboarding.
Now, Steele Lafferty's 2018 Real Wake segment.
Let it go, let it go. Dude. Dude.
It's a lot more than I thought in the beginning, dude. I just thought if I could commit to it and get it around and get on my board, I'd land it. But, dude, it's a whole different beast. It's a whole different trick.
It was like a full battle. I can't just let this go.
Steele Lafferty, Real Wake 2018.
Props to Steele for putting everything out there, going for the triple, and putting his body on the line.
And the way it was all put together, the way it was edited, Rathy did an incredible job. It had so much emotion. It was like tragic, but also beautiful at the same time, because it really told the story of what these athletes go through sometimes trying to make these sections. You know, they're putting everything on the line for 90 seconds. And sometimes it doesn't work out the way that they want, and that's real wake.
Let's talk about the moment when you actually hurt your knee at the end of the section, and there is a reality of you're not going to have this trick for your section, and it's not going to go down.
It hit me hard, like, you know, flying home, getting home, and just being like, what do we do now? Like, so bummed. I thought my knee was totally toast, and luckily the good news out of it is I did a grade 3 LCL sprain, a really bad bone bruise, and I sprained my ACL as well. And they're like, it's gonna take eight weeks until I'm back, but.
Well, good, then take 8 weeks off, get the rest of the body good, and I'm sure you're just gonna be frothing to go out there and attack this triple and take it down by the neck, which I'm sure is gonna go down.
Next up for Real Wake 2018, Felix Georgi.
2017 X Games Real Wake gold medalist Felix Georgi is back again this year. Felix is known for having some of the most insane individual style and some of the most choice winch spots.
He's gonna do perfect, proper presses and lock into every single lip slide, no matter how big the spot is.
Probably more creative than he gets credit for. You get these little surprises when you watch a video section of Felix, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Hey, I'm Felix Georgi. I'm wakeboarder from Germany. We're back at Real Wake for 2018, and the next couple minutes we're gonna show you how a film trip for Real Wake looks like. Compared to last year, we don't really feel that much pressure. We had a good year last year, and this year we have an even nicer setup with this RV, a couple of homies in the van, and we're just gonna make it a sick trip through Europe and have a good time.
Cheapest way of wakeboarding.
Hey, what's up? I'm Steffen Vollert, and I'm stoked to be Felix's filmer again this year for his Real Wake part. I'm super excited to go on the road again in this pretty sick RV, and we actually don't really know what to expect yet because we didn't really plan. Just hitting the road and see what we find on Google Maps and stuff. Road trip. Road trip.
This year's crew I'm really stoked on. It's Steffen, my homie Lucas, Joas, Marco Freudenreich. He's on the trip as a photographer. And right now there's a homie, Sam, with us too. It wouldn't be possible without one of them.
Crocodiles and gators in Germany. We just heard something.
So this time we got actually pretty lucky with the spot because our campsite is just like 10 meters around the corner. Hopefully the next spot is the same. Daily basis on a winch trip is get to the spot as early as possible, just avoiding trouble at the spot. Get the shot, hopefully. Probably look for different spots for the next day already. Check out the city. Lurky was here with another homie in Amsterdam last year just to skate, and they passed this perfect handrail. Now we just checked it out and it's perfect, and I'm gonna try to hit it tomorrow.
When you think about Amsterdam, you think there are like so many spots because there's so much water. But in the end, we only found 2, which is kind of crazy too. But you kind of gotta like sort out what you really want to hit and what you actually can do, and which is like good enough for a Real Wake part. Amsterdam was amazing.
Under the bridge, oh my God, how cool is that? Nice, are you putting it on YouTube?
This year's edit, we just want to show the people the struggle of winching, the issues of finding spots, weather, a lot of driving, but in the end it's just a good time. I feel like within those last 4 weeks we've been on the road we just got better and better at every spot, and glad it's over.
Now, Felix Georgi's 2018 Real Wake segment.
I'm in an easy clinic, checking my health, checking my pulse. What's the result? You've been in the cold several ago. Oh Lord, what shall I do? Exorcism, high priest, unleash 3 extra rhythms. And his cells break it down, he skipped out. Roll it to manhunt now. Shots deflected, what the you expected? Thought that I was that disconnected, you dead kid. Who shall sustain this raid? No one, America is run by the few, the chosen. What's your name? Fair game. Take aim. You can point at who you usually blame. It's a disappearing act, but the structure's intact. Breaking your back. Yeah, heard a vertebrae snap. Not healthcare, no welfare, baby. Yes, it's so. Don't move. We can use that flesh. Just a portion from a field abortion with torture. Mind sterilized. We can't let those thoughts. Well, the FDA they're not in today, but the FCC watching what you say. So let's calm down and take everything slow. If you feel that you must lick a shot, then bow. Frustration, living in the plush nation. Wanna want some blood off your hands, but your kids on too thick. Too many trips overseas to disarm bomb or spread a disease. You got it, I got it. Epidemic, panic, widespread, 9 dead. If we lie down and pull the covers over our head, damn it, now gobble up the next planet.
Felix Georgi, Real Wake 2018.
Felix and Stefan put together a really cool section. Stefan has gotten so good at editing and putting a vibe into a piece.
My favorite location was the opening spot. It was like a dam with some steps to like a combo section. Just a really cool place to get super creative on.
One of the most impressive things to me was his closer with that 180 to massive drop. Might have been the biggest, if not the, ever done on a wakeboard.
Dude, this section, you never let us down. You knew you had to defend your title this year. Did that change the way you're going to film your section?
I mean, it was a pressure point. We kind of tried not to think about it.
One of my favorite hits that I saw you do is the kicker up to the incline, to the flat on top, to that closeout rail. And you dip the nose down
Yeah, that was the scariest spot probably for me, and that's why it is my favorite.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, no thank you. That's why I said afterwards.
Now it's time for the judges to make some difficult decisions.
A lot of people won't realize this from just watching Tyler's segment, but he had a different location for every trick he did.
In Felix's section, he brought that creativity that he's known for. He hit some stuff in really different ways.
Everything about Gunther's part was unreal.
Parks Bonifay and the crew grab the medals and go on the road in Orlando to ambush the 3 winners with X Games Real Wake medals.
2018 Real Wake bronze medalist, Tyler Hyam.
Oh my God, I'm so stoked right now. This is insane. Definitely didn't expect to get a medal in my first year doing this.
2018 Real Wake silver medalist, Felix Georgi.
Yeah, I'm stoked on getting silver this year. Thanks everybody who made the whole thing possible. X Games, MasterCraft, Alliance, you guys.
Yeah, man.
The whole crew.
Yeah, congrats, Felix, man. '18 Real Wake gold medalist.
Oh my God! Boys, congrats, dog! No way!
Congrats, man.
Dude, this is unreal. Just to even hold any of these X Games medal is anything and more that I've always wanted.
It's well deserved, man.
Yeah.
Insane boat hits, their winch hits were insane. Taylor crushed the edit, knew what it took, and clearly cleared it up.
We're here. Thanks, man. Yeah. So pumped right now.